Okay, on this episode of Studio Knowledge, we're talking drum quality. Okay, so when it comes to drums, in order to get a good drum sound in your mix, you need to record it well. In order to record it well, it needs to start from the instrument itself. So here are some things to kind of look out for if you're piecing together your own drum set or you're recording someone else's. A few things to kind of keep in mind. Let's start with the shell, okay? Good drum shells that are going to produce nice warm tone, nice punch, usually are made of maple wood, okay? A lot of them are made from Keller drum shells. Other companies, DW and Pearl and a few other places, they make their own shells, but they're usually maple. Another good quality of drum is birch shells. And they don't have to be expensive. A lot of them can get really pricey, but I've seen some maple shells. I think Pearl makes one, a 5-piece for like, I think $800, which is pretty inexpensive for a nice shell, nice drum pack. Other good companies, I mean, there's so many good companies. If you want to go custom, I can't recommend SJC drums enough. They know their drums. Good company, good bunch of guys, really nice, and they make some incredible drums. Or you can also build your own. If you like woodworking, there are plenty of places where you can buy drum supplies, like drummaker.com, Drum Foundry, and there's also drum making DVDs. There's I think Gorilla Drum Making DVD resource online. That's really good as well. This I actually built for my dad over 10 years ago, and it sounds great, if I do say so myself. So look for maple shells, okay? The other thing is, if you have a drum set already, one of the best ways to upgrade the sound is getting quality heads, okay? Now, we just put a bunch of new drum heads on. Single ply, there's single ply and there's double ply, and there's usually kind of some combination of both. Double ply, they're going to last longer. It's going to have a darker sound, a little more focus, whereas single ply, very open sounding, very bright, but they get eaten up pretty easily. So unless you want to replace a lot or replace those heads often, I tend to like the double ply anyway, just because of the sound and the durability. Evans, it's a company I've been using for a long time. I've also used Remo. Remo ambassador heads are great. And also, not just the drum company, Aquarian is another one, but also you have clear heads and you have coated heads. You have that kind of white coated. Clear has a lot more attack, and coated has more of a warmer, fuller sound. Again, this depends on the style of music that you're doing, but get quality heads. And those drumming companies, Aquarian, Evans, and Remo are the main ones that I know. On their website, they've got tons of resources to help you pick out, and also you can look up artists that are using their products, and they'll say like, okay, I'm using these type of heads, this size, this configuration, and all that. Okay, so good heads. Next thing you want to look at, I know we talked about drumsticks, but good solid pair of drumsticks. I use Vic Firth, another good stick company. ProMark really makes good sticks, and Vader Sticks makes really good sticks. You know, a lot of these kind of beginner kits, they'll come with sticks, and those sticks, they kind of feel like kitchen spoons. They're kind of weird balance, really light, and they seem like they're going to break on impact. Go to your music store, try out different sticks, find ones that feel solid, heavy, and grab a couple pair. This is also going to translate well in your recordings. Good quality sticks translate into good drum sound. Another good aspect is the cymbals, okay? This is a Sabian hand-hammered raw bell dry ride. I fell in love with this cymbal. I've been using Sabian for a while, but I'm actually starting to use Meinl cymbals. They're Byzance, but there's not much that can beat this ride. When you're looking for cymbals, you want to look for, there's a lot of different cymbals that are made with different alloys of metal. Bronze is more professional, and there's different configurations of the copper and tin that they use in that bronze. And a lot of the cheaper beginner cymbals are made from brass, and they sound like it too. You want to find a good cymbal. Some are brighter. The more thick the cymbal is, the slower it reacts, and the longer the decay, and usually a lot warmer. And the thinner they are, nice and fast and bright. Sabian cymbals, I would recommend their series, any from the AAs, AAX, HH, which is the hand-hammered, and HHX, with Zildjian. That's usually the first cymbal company that people hear about. Their A series and their K series, and they have various ones, the A's and A customs and the K's and K customs. With Meinl cymbals, I recommend their Byzance. Those cymbals, they just sound like they're brand new, but they're already weathered. And that's a good thing, because a lot of times when you get brand new cymbals, they have kind of these weird overtones where you're hitting them. And a lot of older drummers and jazz musicians, they would actually bury their cymbals in the ground and have them be there for 8 weeks to 3 months, and just kind of let the elements kind of take those overtones out. They would clean it. And even Sabian did a series with those where they buried a bunch of cymbals. So that's pretty interesting. With Meinl, I haven't had that issue. Brand new, they sound great. But any of those companies, Paiste, another good one. There's a lot of good ones, but mainly look for the quality of metal that they're using, okay? Look for bronze. And the last thing is having good hardware. The hardware, the cymbal stands, the pedals, the snare stand. You need something that's not going to vibrate. It's not going to make noise. And it's also going to let the instrument sustain the way you want it to. Again, all the major drum companies, Pearl and DW, Tama, they all make great hardware. You just have to find what works for your budget and what's going to sound good to you. But those are things that you kind of need to look for when you're looking for quality instruments. And the nice thing is you don't have to break the bank. You can if you want. I think the most expensive drum set, I think I was at Guitar Center in Las Vegas, and Neil Peart's drum set was there, and I think it was like $60,000. I know Neil Peart, and I don't have his drum set. Okay, so you can find a good kit for under $1,000. And again, look for cymbal packs. Usually around, a good one is, with all the ones you need, you don't need every single cymbal. A good hi-hat, good ride, and maybe 1 to 2 crashes. That's going to run you around about $1,200, around there, brand new. And then a good pair of sticks, it's going to cost $7 to $10 per pair. And then hardware could be anywhere from $30 to $120 and even more. And heads even $10, $15. And then when you get into bass drums, it's going to be $40 bucks. Okay, so just so you don't get sticker shock, those are some things to look for. Again, I hope this helps. If I'm missing anything, please let me know, because again, we're all here to learn, right? Okay, so with that, take care, and we'll talk again soon.